our oils, each one of us develops our own list of tips and tricks. I thought I would share a few of mine with you tonight to help you on your oily journey. Some of these I conjured up on my own, others were shared with me by people who have been on this journey longer than I have. My first tip to you is read your manual. I don't know how many times I have seen people complain on Facebook and different groups about something, and it was simply they didn't know what to do. And a lot of that could have been solved if they had just read their manual. The first thing I often hear is that people complain about the light not going off. Well, yes, it does. You know, with our diffuser, if we push it once, the light is on and it is diffusing continuously. If we don't want the light on, all we have to do is push that button in and hold it. Light goes off. I usually run my diffuser intermittently, so I would push it again. And it would come on with the light. Now it's on for intermittent, and then I will push it, that light will go off. Another thing, don't overfill your diffuser. There's a line there that tells you how much you need to put in there. Try not to go over that line because it won't work properly if you do. Also, if you need to empty your diffuser, one side has a little notch and an opening, a square opening. Do not pour the water out on that side because then it would get down into the mechanism of the diffuser. Pour it from the other side. You want that the side with the little hole not to get any water into it. And so that would save a lot of problems for proper operation. You know, one of the things that people don't often realize is that our oils do not come from this large hole in the middle. That's kind of like our air hole. The oils come from a small hole that will be in this little ridge on the outside of that airflow hole. Now, I have a friend who, when she opens a new bottle of oil, she finds that hole, and if it doesn't line up with the front of her label, she will take it off and she will just turn it around so that hole does line up with the front of her label. She doesn't ever have to guess again as to where the hole is for the oil to come out. I don't do that. I'm lazy. I just do it the hard way. And if I happen to try to get some oil out and it doesn't come, I just gently roll it around until I can see that oil drop starting, and then I get my oil out that way. You know, some of our oils are thick, such as vetiver. And a lot of people will think, oh, I don't have anything in this bottle or something's happened to it. I often suggest that if you have a thick oil, that you take the bottle and roll it between your hands, because that will help kind of, you know, slosh it up, mix it up, and it also, the heat from your body will help. Other people also like to take it and hold it under warm water to sort of soften it up and make it come out easier. Also, if you've used it before, there is a possibility if you have, if you're using one of those thicker oils, that the small little opening may have gotten stopped up. So you may want a straight pin or a toothpick, something like that, to kind of open it up. Another thing people often ask is, how do I know how much oil I have left in the bottle? Because, I mean, after all, how do you tell? Well, some of the oils, if they have the peel back label, will open up so that you can see right here and tell how much oil that that you have. What I usually do is I just take the top off, kind of hold it up to the light, and I can tell by looking through the bottom how much oil I have left. But the good news is we have some new labels that are showing up on oils, and they have a small little window in it that will help you as you determine how much oil you have left, and if it's time for you to go and add this particular oil to your regular order or your essential rewards order. Also, I suggest that you get yourself some roller fitments such as these. These come from Young Living, and I like them because of the metal roller ball too. You're able to turn any bottle that you have into a roller. A lot of times people have a little trouble doing that, trying to figure out what to do. Well, first of all, don't break your fingernails trying to get this top off. You can use a knife or something if you want to, but also if you will take your top, you can pretty much get it off without too much trouble just pulling on it. Then you put your roller fitment down on the bottle. Do not start trying to push and all that kind of stuff. It won't do you any good. And if you turn your bottle over, all your oil is going to come out, and you don't want to do that. Then after you get that on, just turn and do this until you will feel a little click. You might hear it, you might not, but you'll kind of feel one. And when you do that, then your roller fitment is on there snugly. You also take it off the same way that I showed you with the other one by just kind of working this top around from side to side, and then you can take it off. I usually keep all of my tops because you never know when you might want them for something. And I also keep the bottles. And that's another thing I do. If I'm mixing up something another for myself, I will go and get one of my used bottles and use that to mix up a roll-on. And I will use one of my roller fitments that I ordered from Young Living. Now, you can order bottles to mix up your own mixtures, whether you want it to be a blend of something or whether you just want to have the oil and a carrier oil already together. But I usually I guess I'm cheap. I usually just use one of my empty bottles. And I will always go and get a bottle that has one of the oils in it that I'm going to be using. Now, I mentioned the carrier oil. I always have plenty of carrier oil. This is almond seed oil. This is grapeseed oil. Coconut oil is great. Jojoba, sunflower seed oil. There's a wide variety that you can use. Plus, Young Living makes the V6 oil, which is also good. Remember, we said earlier about not getting the oil in your eye or ear, so you'll want to have something like this on hand. Now, another suggestion is to get some gel caps. Love my gel caps. I can open them up and I can put oils in them to take them internally. Now, you can take them and just open your bottle up and drop them in there, which is generally what I do. But some people like to mix several capsules up at one time. If you do that, I would suggest you take and you put your capsules that you filled in the freezer, because after a while the oils could start to break down the actual gel cap, and you don't want to do that and lose your oils. What I do is I take my oils that I'm going to use, let's say my lemon, lavender, and peppermint that I use when the pollen is flying about, and I will take a bottle like this that has a glass dropper in it, and I might put 100 drops of each one, 100 drops of lemon, lavender, peppermint in it, and just have this mixed up. And so whenever I want to take one of these capsules, I just grab the capsule, give this kind of a little shake, and then put about 12 to 15 drops of my already mixed up lemon, lavender, and peppermint, and that's good. This is bug spray that I have made, one of these little mixtures with the spray caps. And a nasal spray that I have really enjoyed using during this seasonal allergy time. I also have some little jars that I have made some. This is a chest rub. If you tend to get, the cough and all that doesn't easily go away, you might want to get something another like this. But most of this stuff you can order from Abundant Health for You, and that's Abundant Health, the number 4, the letter U.com, or a lot can be found on Amazon. So please feel free to get you some of those. Also, where do you find your recipes? Well, I will post a number of them from time to time on my Granny Went Green Facebook page. And also you can just look up on Pinterest, essential oil recipe for whatever you're dealing with. And also you can find a number of them if you just go to images.google.com. A lot of them will pop up that way. So those are just a few of my oily tips and tricks that I use on my oily journey, and I hope that some of them might be beneficial to you. Enjoy the rest of the class.